So there's a lot of stuff going on. So much so, I decided to sit down and talk to you. I got a little bit more dressed up today. Um, Glock. I ain't never been a real big Glock guy. They're amazing. I got a buddy who has like 6 19s. I never was really big on on having one or keeping one, but we got to talk about it. My buddy down in California was saying that Glocks are getting banned anyway, uh, because Newsom, he doesn't want California to have anything good or practical or anything that would potentially save your life in the situation that his commie friends start falling out of the sky. Um, so that being said, it's not very surprising that Glocks ended up being banned. There's no good reason to ban Glocks because of what criminals do. This is kind of the worst part about politicians, specifically on the majority Democratic politicians, always making it the law-abiding citizens' fault when criminals do something illegal. The only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. All that to be said, recent news, you're probably seeing it everywhere right now. Glock is discontinuing all the generations, Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in order to come out with technically the Gen 6, which they're calling the V generation. Why is this? It's funny how much California has an effect on the rest of the world. Yes, California has enough infrastructure to be its own country. A lot of the fruits and vegetables are being transported all over the world. California is a major travel destination for people all over the world. It's kind of a big deal. California really has a large effect on the rest of the world, but specifically the rest of the 50 states. Let's talk about the Glock ban. All generations of Glocks that have the trigger assembly that allows them to become fully automatic or machine guns by adding a Glock switch. For anybody who's been underneath a rock, what is a Glock switch? A Glock switch is like this little component that goes on the back of a Glock that allows it to fire automatically. It's based on the design of the Glock, I believe it's the Glock 18. I believe that was the model that came with literal switch on the Glock that allowed it to go automatic. That was a standard Glock model. Of course, due to assault weapon bans and different laws set in place to ban any automatic weaponry in the public's hands, the Glock switch has become federally illegal and has been illegal already. So, in order to control people more, in order to have more political pull, I believe, or to leave his mark on California, I believe Gavin Newsom went ahead and passed the Glock ban because it's his last year in office. He knows that this is the last year he'll be able to affect California in the way that he does. His last hoorah is to put as much firearm legislation in place to make it harder for the American people, the law-abiding Californians who pay their taxes, who buy their guns legally, who go through all of the many hoops that Californians go through. He just wanted to make it even harder by taking off one of the most common guns on the handgun roster. Also, the thing that most people don't understand, that this Glock ban affects all Glock style pistols, all polymer pistols that have a trigger assembly that allows a switch to be put on the back of it to allow it to shoot automatically. So this is going to affect the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. This is already affecting the Shadow systems. This is going to affect the FMK. This is going to affect any Glock style pistol platform. So to round it all the way back to the point, Glock is discontinuing all the series of pistols that they've put out until this point to get around this one California Glock ban. And also to prevent any future lawsuits, they have to alter their whole trigger assembly to make it so that nothing can be added to it for the gun to fire automatically. But the thing that makes no sense is criminals don't care about the law. Why are we continuing to make laws for law-abiding people, making it harder for them to use their Second Amendment right. Why would we make it harder for them? They pay their taxes. They jump through the many hoops. But let's make it harder for them. Let's make it harder for the companies that already pay so much in taxes, that already have to manufacture new firearms specifically for the California market, adding the magazine disconnect, adding the round in the chamber indicator, altering their products that they already have and they've already been making and already been selling across the nation just for the California market. Let's make them have to work even harder because of Gavin Newsom, because of this Glock ban. Now Glock as a company has to make a major update, meaning the cost of the Glock is increased dramatically, more than it already has. If you've seen the market for Glocks, Glock 19 is going for $1,000, $1,500, $2,500, all because of the ban that's happening. A buddy of mine works in the firearm industry at a local gun store, and he's telling me they're flying off the shelves. They can't keep inventory. As soon as a shipment comes in, they're disappearing. All the specialty models, all the kind of unique models, the Glock 26, the 27s, the 29s, the 20Cs, the 22s, the 45s, the 34s, 35s, all of those models are disappearing, which only leaves the 19 and the 17 really in circulation. So once the 19s and 17s disappear, there really won't be any Glocks to be able to be purchased new. So you'll be susceptible to all of these scalper prices, all the people upselling all their Glocks by the thousands. A Glock on sale was like $545 with taxes in California. My buddy told me you could just round up $200 on that. That's $700. $750 for a Glock after taxes. And now people are upcharging an extra $400, $500, $600, $700 on top of that, making which used to be a reliable, affordable pistol now something ridiculous. All that to be said, now we have to watch out for all polymer framed striker fire pistols that are able to be modified to put a switch in. That's going to cut the California handgun roster in half, leaving only revolvers and 1911s. And of course, 1911s are great, amazing pistols. Revolvers, I'm not really a big revolver guy, but a striker fire polymer framed pistol or any Glock cologne, the new shadow systems that California just got on the roster, the Echelon that California just got on the roster, all these pistols are in danger of being taken off the roster because of illegal Glock switches that are already federally illegal. Not just state, federally. Illegal across the board from tip to tip on all 50 states. All I'm saying is, it's extremely unnecessary to ban a whole platform because of a component. That's like banning computers because you can access the dark web on a computer. That's like banning iPhones because you can use them to scam old ladies. That's like banning cars because they kill more people than handguns. Or banning cars because you can put a turbo in it and make it go past the speed limit. Criminals will continue to be criminals and do criminal things. And the only way to combat criminals is by law-abiding citizens using their Second Amendment rights or using any of their rights. You can't rights ration. Is there anything else to be said? If you agree with me, feel free to leave a comment. If you disagree with me, you think I'm full of anything, leave a comment below. Like the video if you are like-minded. Dislike the video if you aren't like-minded. Either way, consider subscribing. Let's have more conversations about this. But Glock, if you end up seeing this video, fight the power, man. Don't go silently into the night, or how does it say? Don't go quietly into the night. Stare directly into the void. When it stares back at you, poke it in the eye. That's all I have to say. Stay dangerous, and God bless.